Hello, everyone. Thanks so much. Good evening, good morning, or wherever you are in the world. This is Coach OG here. I'm so glad to have you on my screen today. Thank you for joining me here today. Now, we are having a very important topic with Dr. Nelson Aluya. I'm still trying to get Doctor on the line, and hopefully, he will be here soon. But if not, then we've just got to kick off without him, and hopefully Doctor comes in. But there's a very important topic today. Now, if this is the first time you are coming on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe or hit the yeah. Yeah, I just play that as a reminder. What is it like being black in the fourth industrial revolution? That's what we're talking about today. Vivian Shell is here. Thanks so much, Vivian Shell, for being here. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much for being here. And how are you getting on? How are you doing? Hope you're well and doing great. Thank you so much, Vivian Shell. I'm fine, Vivian Shell. Glad to have you here. There's Ranjo Vlogs here. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. So glad to have you here. Thank you so much. There's so much to talk about here today, and hopefully I'll get Dr. Aluya on the phone. But we're still celebrating the Black History Month, and there's so much that we need to know. And I hope that all this while you've been coming in here, you've been learning a lot and getting a lot in. Hopefully, you would have been able to put things and get yourself ready for the next level. There's so much that we need to learn and so much that we need to know. In other words, there's so much that we can do as an individual for each other. There's so much that we can do as a group of people for each other. We are working together as an entity, and we are working together as one. Being black in the Industrial Revolution. In fact, what we're talking about today is a very important topic. I'll just bring out the poster here. Here we are. He said, yeah, being black in the fourth industrial revolution. That's a Black History Month. Race and resilience. What does it mean to be black in the industrial revolution? Now let's go back. Let's go through the four stages of industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution was in 1765. That was a long time, And then the second industrial revolution was 1870. And then the third industrial revolution was 1969. And now we're now in the fourth industrial revolution, which is Industry 4.0. And what are the major impact that these four, how do I put it? What are the four main impacts of the fourth industrial revolution? Now, the fourth industrial revolution is largely driven by four specific technological development. You need to know this. Now, I'm bringing in somebody next week who is an IT guru, will be talking to us about so much. Now, the four main driving force or the four main impacts of the fourth industrial revolution is number one, the high-speed mobile internet, which is everybody is just on it, 5G and all the G's, but we're talking about the high-speed mobile internet. Then the next one is the AI and automation, which is artificial intelligence and automation. So many things are happening right now. And then the other one is the use of the big data analytics. And the last one is the cloud technology. Now, listen carefully. If you are not grounded in all these things that I've said, you're way behind. So the four main things that is making impact in this fourth industrial revolution is number one, high-speed mobile internet. Everybody wants it done quickly. And I'm sure you've been in the news, you've been hearing so much about the 5G, what is happening with the 5G, how things are getting on with the 5G. Now, that's it. So you're talking about the high-speed mobile internet. The four main impacts in this fourth industrial revolution, high-speed mobile internet. The next one is the AI and automation. That's the artificial intelligence and automation. How things are picking up, how things are getting on. There's so much to learn in this period. And then the other one is the use of the big data analytics. The use of the big data analytics. So if you look at it, so many information coming in, so many people are getting information, so many people want to get in, so many people want to find out how they can get more data in. In fact, right now, if you go into any channel anywhere, you're going to find out people are saying, leave your details, leave your name. Some people are even giving us free software. But you see, the thing about it is this. Remember, before you download the free software, you're going to be asked to put in some details. Put in some of your details online so that they can get your details. Now, when they get your details online, you're going to be surprised. You ask yourself, okay, why is this person giving me this free software to download? Because what he wants is that for your details, download the free software for a specific period, for a time. So download the free software for a time, and then you download it. After that, your details is with them. So your details or your data become a selling point for them. In other words, they can always sell your data. They can always sell you things. So if marketers are coming in to say, we need people who will buy a specific product from us, they can say, okay, no problem. We are able to sell you this data. They sell the information to them, which you are not told. Nobody's going to tell you, well, when you give your name to us and download this free software, we're going to sell your details. No, nobody's going to tell you that. What they do is just download. When you finish downloading, then the next thing is what? They begin to sell you information. Now, what I'm talking about is this. Being black. And then, the next one is the cloud technology. Well, everything is going cloud wise now. Everything is going on, and so many things are happening. So many things are going on online, so many information going online, and there are lots of things going on. Now, some people are arguing that Africa should not be too quick to embrace the fourth industrial revolution. I don't know what you think about that. What's your focus on that? Recently I was just speaking with somebody, and we're talking about squid. Like, if you've not watched squid, or you've not heard about squid, maybe you're not watching, you're not reading you're not on social media, or something's happening. But so many things happening. But in Africa, are we following the same thing? Are we following what we are seeing online? Because the fourth industrial revolution is a transformative moment, one that will bring algorithmic, the algorithm precision to decisions that we make, and it will automate virtually every aspect of our life, from switching on the lights to predicting what food we want to eat. Everything is going to go on. You see, this is a period that nobody wants to miss. In fact, if you are still thinking, I don't know how to use the internet, you are far behind. Well, this is no more the time of learning how to use the internet. This is the time where everything about you is being looked at. I just read a book, and I'll advise you to get the book. The Future is Faster Than You Think. Oh my goodness. It's a book that you want to read over and over. The Future is Faster Than You Think. I've recommended that book for so many people, because the thing about it is this. With the way things are going, where are we, the black race? Where are we as an African? Where are you as an ethnic minority? What are you participating? How are you participating in what is going on? We are in a transformative moment, one that will bring what they call algorithmic precision to the decision that you make. In other words, we are getting to that period where you go to see the doctor, or you go to the hospital, the people you're going to see already know what you're coming for, because they've everything is now running based on systems. So they already know what you're coming for. They know the right treatment to give to you. So in other words, medical error is going to be so minimal because everything about you is in place. In fact, in that book, when I read the book, it says the clothes, because your clothes are now automated, or it's like AI knows almost everything about you. The clothes you wear, they know your size, they know where you're going to visit. So when you walk into that store, they know that you're there. Oh, Jennifer Jackson, so glad to have you here. They know that you are there already. So they know quite well that the clothes that you're wearing, you're either losing weight or putting on weight. They know your size. Because why? AI already knows this stuff. So they are getting ready for you. So immediately you walk into that store, you don't even have to carry money. They already have your bank details. They already know how much is in your account. So as you're picking the clothes, you cannot go to the shop anymore to say, okay, I'm picking the clothes, I'm going to go to the fitting room to get it. No more fitting room. In other words, as you're picking the clothes, they know your size, they know the color you like, because everything is right there. So your fridge knows that your milk is finishing. Your fridge knows where you buy your milk. Your fridge knows the kind of milk that is good for your health. So if you go to the fridge and you're picking up the beer, your fridge knows that beer is not good for you. Your fridge knows the amount. Now you're going to the shop, you have a software that will tell you this is the content of sugar in this thing that you're drinking. So you can scan it. So now the topic that myself and Dr. Aluya was going to bring in, because we live in different time zone, and I think UK we had extra hour today, so things might be a little bit different. But the what I'm trying to say is this: where are we as Africans? Where are we as the black race? Where are we in everything that is going on now? I walked past the house yesterday and I saw the guy charging his Tesla right from his house. While we are still thinking about how we're going to manage light, people are already using light to charge things that they have. Where are we? What are you doing? Our doctors are running from the country to different countries of the world, and they get there, they're so happy. And then one person, is saying, let them go. Let them go where? We're having a serious brain drain, and you're saying, let them go. Where are we? What exactly are we doing? There's so much, you see, the thing is this: all this hype surrounding the fourth industrial revolution, and then we're having what they call disruptive technology, disruptive digital technologies. There is confusion, potential danger, but where are we? Technology is being rolled out at an exponential rate. Infrastructural support safeguards seems to be lagging behind, leaving the global south particularly exposed. But listen, technology is being rolled out in an exponential rate. Now let's look at what Facebook just came in. Now Facebook is no more Facebook. Is now what's it called? Is it the Facebook guy has come up with his own, what's it called? No, let me check now. Facebook new name, Metaverse. Is 2 days ago, Mark Zuckerberg came out, announces Facebook new name, Metaverse. So what was it about? Where exactly are we? And what Mark said was that the name reflects. He said it does not want Facebook to just. It's like the name Facebook ties them to one thing. But he said the name, which was renounced at the Facebook Connect augmented and virtual reality conference, reflects the company's growing ambition beyond social media. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he said it's going to go beyond social media. So where are we? So today what we are seeing as a social media company, but he said something. He said today we are seen as a social media company. That was what Mark said. He said, but in our DNA, We're a company that builds technology to connect people. And the metaverse is the next frontier, just like social networking was when we got started. So it's no more Facebook CEO. It's now Meta CEO. So think about it. So what's happening already is that these people are going far. And he said something. He said his hope. He said our hope is that within the next decade, the metaverse will reach 1 billion people, host hundreds of billions of dollars of digital commerce, and support jobs for millions of creators and developers. That's what it said. So it said over the past few years, the company has ramped up its efforts in hardware, introducing a line of portable video calling devices, launching the Ray-Ban Stories glasses, rolling out various versions of the Oculus virtual reality headset. So the company has indicated that augmented and virtual reality will be a key part of its strategy in the coming year. And the company says, Meta says something where people will still call it Facebook. Meta says something, said the company has spent about 10 billion over the next year, or over the past few years, developing the technologies required for building the metaverse. Now, my question to you, if you are watching me, is this: where are you as an African? Where are you? What exactly are you doing? Where are you involved? That's the question I want to ask. What exactly are you doing? How are you going to get involved in this? Because what you need to know is this: nobody is waiting for you. We might say, because Africa right now, by the year 2022, are going to be 1.4 billion people in Africa. 1.4 billion. But where exactly are we? What are you doing? And people are saying Africa should not be too quick to take this on. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, he said that they've invested many billions of dollars for years to come before the metaverse will reach its scale. Millions of dollars. And you know what he said? He said they believe that the metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet. So it's going to be the successor to the mobile internet. Now, if you look at it, Mark said something, said Meta has just announced a new virtual reality headset named Project Canberra. So the device will be a high-end product available at a higher price point than the $299 Quest 2 headset, the company said. So Project Canberra will be released next year, Zuckerberg said. And Meta also announced the code name of his first fully AR-capable smart glasses, Project Nazare. So the glasses are still a few years out, the company said. But Mark said something. He said, we still have ways to go with Nazare, but we are making good progress. Now, if you look at what's going on, there's so much to learn from what's going on right now. But my question to you, as an African, as an individual who is watching me, where are you? What are you going to do? Where does the African fit in all these things happening? Are we still in that age where people are, they look at you and say they can tell you anything? Are we still in that age? It's like we are way behind. The few who have been opportuned to come out of the country and take in their skill, their knowledge outside the country and start developing, helping put their knowledge to work here, taking it back home, they get frustrated. No lights, no security, no food. The resources are not there. All the young guys are leaving the country to find greener pastures outside the country. There is a huge brain drain that is not known in Africa that is going on right now. A huge brain drain. We're seeing these people. You see, what you need to know is this: among the people who are traveling is another mark there. Among the people who are traveling is another Steve Jobs. Among the people who are leaving the country is another Bill Gates. But what's happening is this: they are taking their knowledge, skill, and experience outside the country to a different world. What are we doing? What are we going to do? That's why I'm here today. I'm supposed to be here with a panel, but he's not here now. He could be busy. He's a medical doctor anyway. So being black in the fourth industrial revolution, what are you going to do as a black person? How are we helping each other? How are we helping ourselves? Are we still in that era of somebody saying, oh, the village people are the ones disturbing them? Come on. Come on. If they are the ones disturbing you, then go to a place where you cannot be disturbed. Put your skill to work. We can't let this young generation come into what the old ones have done. Are we still living in that era where there is no security? Now, people are saying, oh, these are going. Somebody abused me to my face about 2 weeks ago. Said, you from Nigeria where there is Boko Haram and all those stuff. Very derogatory statement that he made. But what am I going to say? If you look in the news, it's a fact. It's a fact. So we've got to where is our place? Where are we? Nigeria, Ghana, Mauritius, Kenya. I know you're also leading the charge with the state-of-the-art technology being used to transact business, teach in schools and university, and thwart terrorism. But we need to do more. We need to do more. Because what is happening is this, Now, listen carefully. Vulnerability of Africans being left behind has far-reaching consequences, not just for banks and industry in emerging economies, but for personal privacy and issues of human security. We've got to put things in place. There was an issue that happened in South Africa around July. A major electricity depriving millions of power. And last month, a leaked United Nations Security Council report named South Africa among a number of countries targeted by North Korean hackers who infiltrated cryptocurrency exchanges. What are we doing? Think about it. Let me give you this figure. It will shock you. By 2022, are you listening? By 2022, listen carefully. There are expected to be 500,000 new internet users in sub-Saharan Africa, joining 211 already online. So in other words, we have about 211 million people already online, internet users. They were going to, by 2022, we're going to have 500,000 internet users in sub-Saharan Africa. Many are connected via mobile phones, and the technology has dramatically altered lives, granting access for rural farm workers to new markets and saving lives through telemedicine. But we need to understand something. In fact, a friend of mine that I brought in is you need to go to her channel. She's doing so much. Telemedicine is another area that is being, that is just coming in. It's going to get to a time you don't even have to go to the doctor. The doctor will be with you. Immediately, the samples are sent to you. Everything is sent to you. They get your blood samples, get your urine samples. Everything is sent off in less than the moment. In fact, an hour or more or less, you get what you want. The result is with you. And immediately you can see what's happening. And you can be treated just like that. So what are we doing as Africans? That's why I'm doing this live stream today. What are we doing as Africans? Are we still behind? Remember the Industrial Revolution? Are we still in the 1970s or in 1960s? You need to understand something. Listen carefully. Many African countries or many countries in Africa with comparatively weak institutions to protect the fundamentals of democracy, they risk becoming a testing ground for the abuse of new tech and violation of privacy. So we need to really understand So you see, and with the proliferation of automated Twitter bots on tablets, laptops, and phones, the opportunity to seize the narrative on everything from elections, land, xenophobic violence seems endless. So what do we do as Africans? We need to sit down. We need to begin to work things out. Listen, sometimes when you bring up a topic like this, people might say, it does not even concern me. Why should I involve myself in it? Listen, whether it concerns you or not, as long as you are in the banking sector, as long as your money is not in calories, as long as your money is not being kept somewhere, there is somebody looking at a way to hack into your account. So where are we as Africans? What are we doing in this fourth industrial revolution? What are you doing? What are you teaching the kids? Think about it. That's just what I want us to talk about here. I'm not going to stay too long. I'm going to be back again next week with the same topic, because we need to deal with this. We are celebrating the Black History Month. But as much as we're celebrating this, I said something last week. I said, how much do your kids know of all the heroes that fought for them to get to this place? Come on. Are we being, because right now, this is an era of information. Information is coming out. Convergence is coming out. So many things are happening. That's why I was so happy with, the people that I brought into the channel 2 weeks back. One of them was Mr. Brighton Ambulele, the CEO of Odua Coin. How this young man, in fact, is he's breaking barriers to make sure that, what he needs to do is what is done. He's come out with this cryptocurrency that people in the sub-Saharan region can now carry out transactions without this transaction on your own. And then I brought in another person last week, about 2 weeks back, to almost the same period, which was on the 17th of October, and we're talking about the exceptionalism of the African child. And that was exceptional Ekwase, who is working on children to give them what they need to know, teaching them things about leadership, goal setting, values, principles of a winner. Let me bring this out here. Principles of a winner. How can you be a winner? How to handle failure, dealing with distraction, effective study skills. And now these people, they're out there looking for people. Then the first week, I brought in a young man who is a serial internet entrepreneur, teaching about, and it's got about 11 modules where he's teaching about finding a customer-centric and data-driven product, business competitiveness, developing a compelling uniqueness, choosing the right. Why are these people doing this? Why exactly? So that we, whoever it is that will watch this video or will listen to me with time, can get to know that, we've got so much we need to do. We've got so much we need to do. We can't afford to fold our arms. We can't just fold our hands and be waiting and hoping that things will change. Listen, no change happens by itself. Every change in life is enforced. No change happens by itself. Every change in life is enforced. If there's ever going to be a change, you're the one that's going to cause that change. We can't fold our hands and be waiting for Facebook to now change. And then when something happens, we are the first to say, I'm the first person who is using Facebook to make money. Where were you? There are lots of things happening now. Developers are needed. Lots of people are coming in. Where do you come in? This is the question I'm asking you. Where do you come in? You've got to stand out. You've got to come in. You've got to ensure that you are not just folding your hands. You need to get involved. I said something, said an onlooker is either a betrayer or, in fact, or a thief, if that's what I need to say. Because he's folding his hands and he's looking. Things are happening. We can't afford not to make things happen. We've got to make it happen. We've got to be in the center of where things are happening. Okay. Okay, we've got to get involved in it. We've got to be involved in it. Now, I'm not going to take much of your time. I want to stay here for just 30 minutes. I will come past 3 minutes past the time. Please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the notification button. Make sure you get involved. I've just discussed about where is the African in the fourth industrial revolution. Being black, what does it mean for a black person in this fourth industrial revolution? How many black people are successful? How are we supporting ourselves? How are we helping ourselves? What is your role in what we are doing now? What businesses are you doing? What career are you involved in where you're bringing others in? That's why we CV coach, I have a company called CV coach where I help people work on their CV, get them jobs, give them the work experience. That's what we do. I said, you know what? I'm ready to support at least over 1,000 or more people every quarter. That's what I want to do. As many people that I can reach, I will make sure that, yes, we'll find a way to bring them into the why people are having this brain drain and running out of the country. So people are running, it's like they're leaving their country that they know into a place they don't know. And when they get there, nothing is happening. So I don't know what you're doing. And in rounding off, I don't know what you're doing, but you've got to make that, pledge to yourself that, you know what, I'm going to make sure that no matter what, I'm involved and I'm in the center of everything that's going on. I want to leave you with these closing words. No change happens by itself. Every change is enforced. Whether being black, yellow, red, green, your religion, your sexuality, your belief, that's not the case now. The case is, as a black race, what are we doing and where are we going? That's the question I want to leave you with. And I'll be seeing you again next week. And hopefully, we'll get another guest here who's going to come in and talk to us about how we can move forward. I'll be seeing you again. Take care and bye for now.